Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to talk about how narcissists love to sabotage you. Now I'm going to go through each situation in a person's life that a narcissist can sabotage. Now the first is work, finances, money. So a narcissist, and this, especially if it's a parent, this starts when you're young. So for example, my mom was like super big on like working, and she would tell us we have to work. So I would get a job, but it wasn't a good enough job, right? It has to be a better job. Or, for example, what she did to my brother was he signed up for a school, but it wasn't the school she wanted. So she called the school, said he can't go. And that's a different story I can talk about another time as well. So this is called sabotage. This is basically a person, first of all, trying to cancel another person's autonomy when it comes to work and finances, take control of what they want to do and make the decision for them, especially as a young person, as a young adult, and then later say, oh, well, you don't know how to make money, you're not good enough, you don't know how to do this. Meanwhile, that person is holding all this money over their head, right? Also, a lot of the time, a lot of narcissistic parents fund their children's whatever because they actually don't want their children to be rich. And they especially don't want their children to be richer than them. That's a big no-no for a narcissist because that constitutes a lack of control. So if a child is richer than the parent, which in a healthy family would be a good thing, because then you welcome the richness because you know that it's part of you and that it's like generational wealth and stuff. But in a narcissistic family, the narcissist is the only one that wants to be rich, and God forbid the child or the young adult is rich, because that would then show the narcissist, because they really love money and they like the control that money brings, that you're better than them since you have more money than them, because they equate being better than them with how much money you have. And you have more control, meaning you don't need them, so now you don't need them, they can't control you, right, because of the money situation. This is all the ways narcissists use money to sabotage you. They will sabotage your job, your workplace. They will visit you at work. They might try and get you fired. They will do a lot of things that will sabotage you for work, which is your finances. So be aware of that. That's number one. A second way a narcissist will control you is through your love life. They don't want you to have a good love life. They don't want you to be happy. They don't want you to have a supportive partner. In fact, anyone in your life that's supportive, they will try to sabotage the relationship. It could be love and friendship, but I'm going to talk about love real quick. If you have a supportive partner, or you had one, they will try and ruin it and sabotage it. And then when it comes to friendship, they will, like, I can't explain it, but they will make it so, like, they'll make it seem like you are such like a social pride, you're not able to have any friends, or like no one wants to be friends with you, or like, you know, you're just so like they're going through so much that nobody can be your friend. And so they're gonna play this into your mind. They're basically like, let's say you're really good at making friends, eventually it's gonna bother them that you make friends, because they don't make friends the way you do. They make friends to have people on their side to give them supply. You make friends because you want a genuine connection with the people. So they're going to come at you. If you want to have genuine connections with people, if you want to really just have a good friendship, they're going to sabotage it. They're not going to like it. They don't want supportive people in their life. And again, it comes back to control. They know that if you have a supportive person in your life that actually cares about you and wants the best for you, then they get bumped off this ladder, right? They have a ladder in their head, right, where they're at the top. They get bumped down, right? They're bumped down off this ladder. Now they're here. You know, they don't have as much control over you anymore. And this is also good for the people who like to isolate or like to be by themselves, or like you are your own best friend. Honestly, that is way better than being attached to a narcissist. So if you don't have any friends, it's okay. And if you're don't have a significant other, it's fine. As long as you think you're your own best friend and you don't gaslight yourself and you believe in yourself and you trust yourself and love yourself, that narcissist has no control over you, and they can't. So remember that. One way that I got out of narcissistic abuse was believing in God. Now I don't follow that as much because I've experienced a lot of different things, and I still think that I should, you know, really listen to my gut, and instinct is very important. But following God, following a higher power, gets you out of that Some call it spiritual warfare, but gets you out of that control. Control is the opposite of love. Control is not love. And narcissists love to control. They don't love, they control. So that's how they operate. So they love to sabotage your work, your love, your friendships, and then even your life. I mean, some narcissists will kill you. So, you know, that's obviously sabotage, you know, if you're dead. So be aware that some people, they don't want your best interest at heart. It could even be your family members. And this is just something to remember. That's about it. That's about it for this video. Thanks for listening. Bye.